Okay, so we stopped for lunch. We're on part 2, finishing 5-6 for today. Such a weird color. Hopefully that turns out. All right, guys, I was I'm sorry, I was a little late. Speaking with the last track of time. Okay, I have a few more problems that we must get done. When we get them done, we're done for today, though. Does that work? I need everyone to kind of clean up their spots, find their maps again, find their notes, find the board. Wait, film. We all want to watch film. I can't, you can't. Perfect. All right, we're doing a few more problems. I've done all the examples of straight law of cosines that I want to do. I told the other class there's a handful of problems that we won't get to. I'll make a video tonight on them, so if you want some more practice, I'll show those to you. So like letter C is one that I'll do later tonight. I want to do A and B. I think we did C. We did A, B, and C on this side. Number 2, and then I want to do 3 A and C before we're all done for today. Everything else, I will find extra problems for you later. So we just did law of sine, or law of cosines, excuse me. And number 2 is now asking for area of a triangle. You're probably like, we've done area of a triangle back in like the 7th grade. Well, it's in this section because it's using trig. So you can also find the area of the triangle, not just 1/2 base times. I can do it as 1/2 little a, little b, sine c. I heard that. Oh, let me come get that. 1/2 a, b, sine c. That means that I need to do 2 sides, and it's in. So little a and little b are just any 2 sides, and then big C means it's included angle. So I think of it like a little peace sign. One side is my pointer finger, the other side is my middle finger, and then the angle between them, that's what you need to see. If I just give that to you, then we can plug it right into the equation. If I don't give it to you, we need to do a little work first. So if I'm looking at letter A, let's
if I were doing this, I would just give them the middle finger. Come on, that was good. That's a tribute to Arizona. Some of you get that joke.
I missed that. Yeah, I missed that.
It was the best.
I don't know how I missed it.
It was so good.
I've got big A is 47, little b is 32, and then little c is 19. So I labeled these things for you. I gave you 2 sides. I gave you the included angle. So we're just going to plug in chug. We're just going to go with it. Again, A, B, and C don't necessarily always refer to the triangle. It just means 2 sides and the included angle. So I'm going to do area equals 1/2, 19 times 32 times sine of 47. And you can just throw this right in. I like to do 19 times 32 times sine 47, and then divide that by 2 to get the 1/2 in, and I get 22.3. I would like us to take note of the units on this. It's area, so it's going to be units squared. It's feet squared. So it's super easy if I just give you the right pieces and we're allowed to plug it in. The next problem, though, you're going to have to do a little bit of work before we plug in and solve. So we've got to find something. Again, let's draw our triangle. Let's label and see what we found. I know that I can't immediately plug it in because I see 2 angles and a side, so that means something's going on. I've got A, I've got B, I've got C. Am I moving too fast or are we doing okay? Any complaints? Okay, just tell me to slow down if I'm going too fast. Big A is 43 degrees, big B is 57. That's a 2. And then little b is 12. All right, we can use any of the angles and we can use any of the two sides, but I'm gonna need to find a side in order to solve this because right now I don't have two sides. I'm going to decide that A and 12, and then whatever this angle is gonna be how I'm gonna find area. So if I can find little c, the side across from big C, then I can solve for area. In order to do that though, I'm gonna need to use law of sines to find missing little c. Before I do that though, I can find big C. See, I've got 43, 57, add those together, minus them from 180, and that's my missing side. Minus 43, minus 57, I get 80. So angle C is 80 degrees. Law of sines, I'm gonna do 57 over 12, or sorry, sine of 57 over 12, and then sine of 80 over little c. Sine of 57 over 12 equals sine of 80 over little c. I maybe could have talked myself into doing, oh no, I could not do law of cosines here. However, I'm going to argue as many times as I can do law of sines. I'd rather do law of sines than I do law of cosines. I find that I mess up on law of cosines more often. So I'd rather not do that if I don't have to. Cross multiply, c sine 57 equals 12 sine 80. Divide by sine 57 on both sides. C equals 12 sine 80 divided by sine 57, 14.1. Got a lot on here. Let me erase something. Again, I just did law of sines to find little c. You could have found a little a and used a different angle, but I already knew that I had 12, I had 43, so I just wanted to find little c so I could do area from this point now. I've got 14.1, I've got 12, I've got 43 as my angle. So I'm going to say area equals 1/2 12 times 14.1 times sine of 43. You brought me a drawing? Oh my God, yeah. That's why you're my favorite. All right, 12 times 14.1 times sine of 43. And then divide that by 2, and I get area equals 57.7. My units here are centimeters. So I'm going to do centimeters. Handwriting is trash. Like I lost all my handwriting skills over break. You guys are like, this isn't worse than normal. Is that my handwriting skills? All right, I want to do one more of these. So I said I want to do law of sines as many times as possible. This next one, though, we aren't going to be able to do law of sines to find what's missing. We're going to have to do law of cosine. So I'm ready to move on to letter C. Again, these whole problems are finding area. If you haven't found area, you're not done. We just found area, so we are done. Can I move on? All right, let's do it. Okay. From this, it says I was given little a, little b, little c, and they're all centimeters, which means that I'm given all sides. Side little a is 16, side little b is 12, and side little c is 10. We know area, you need two sides in their included angle. So I got to find one of the angles and then use that angle and then the two sides next to it. You can choose whichever one you want. I'm going to choose to do letter A. There's no rhyme or reason. I just think letter A is a good one. I want to remember that A and 16 are opposite each other. So that means that like if I'm doing cosine of A, then 16 is the side that's all by itself on my law of cosines. Again, you can go back up to the top and know that you're doing the first one, a squared equals b squared, blah, blah, blah. But if you forgot, just know that the angle and its opposite side start and end the equation. So I'm going to do 16 squared equals 12 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 12 times 10 times cosine of a. I believe that's right. We did one like this before lunch. I wanted to do another one though because I want us to not be tempted to do all of this together. Again, you can do your 12 squared and 10 squared and combine those together, and I can do this, but this is attached to the cosine, so you can't do all of the numbers together just because they're all numbers. So I'm going to start by squaring everything. 16 squared is 256, 12 squared is 144, 10 squared is 100, 2 times 12 times 10 is 240, cosine A. Again, I can combine 144 and 100, so I'm going to. So 256 equals 244 minus 240, cos A. And we get here and we're so tempted to do 244 and 240. You cannot. Do not do that. No, no, don't pass go. Don't pass. Collect $100. Don't do that. I'm going to minus my 244 from both sides so I can start getting my variable of A by itself. I should have been able to do that. I got that as comparison. Divide by negative 240 on both sides. And I get negative 0.05. I've answered the question a couple times, but I'm just going to remind us in case you have it again. If you do not have the angle, you need to press second cosine in your calculator to find the angle. So since I don't know what A is, I'm going to do cosine to the negative 1 or second cos of negative 0.05. And I'm going to get out 92.9 as my angle A. I did all that work just to find my angle A. Now I need to use angle A and its adjacent sides of 10 and 12 to plug into my equation to solve. Area equals 1/2 10 times 12 times sine of 92.2. Or 92.9, excuse me. So 10 times 12 times sine of 92.9, and then divide by 2. I get area equals 59.9 centimeters squared. All right, any questions? Okay. I'm moving on to letter C, letter A. If I can at least get this problem out before we're done. This problem says find the area of a regular hexagon inscribed in a circle of radius 12 inches. Okay, a hexagon has 6 sides. Regular means all the sides are the same. And inscribed means that the hexagon is inside of a circle. I want the edges of the hexagon to touch the edges of the circle. Now, when I did this by hand, it looked terrible. On the computer, Notability's helping me out, so it looks a little bit better. The whole point of this though is that I have to use the information about the circle to help me with the hexagon. It tells me the radius is 12. So anywhere from a point on the circle to the middle of the circle is 12. What this allows me to do is cut my hexagon into a bunch of little triangles. So I can cut it into 6 equal triangles using the radiuses. So here's one, here's the second one, here's the third one, here's the fourth, here's the fifth, and then here's the sixth. If I can find the area of one of those, then I'm going to take that area and do 6 times it in order to solve. I know that was a bell, but I just need another minute. So I'm going to take this triangle, I'm just going to make it bigger right over here so we can look at it here. Okay, I told you the radius was 12, so these 2 legs are both 12. I don't even care what the last one is. I can also find out the angle measure right here. How many degrees are inside of the circle? 360? And if I just split this into 6 little triangles, I can find this angle by doing 360 divided by 6. So that means that my angle is 60. Oh, that's plenty of information, right? Area is just 1/2 the 2 sides, 12 times 12, times sine of the angle, sine of 60. 12 times 12 times sine of 60. And then divide that by 2, and I get 62.4. Now 62.4 only refers to one triangle. So I have 6 of them in my hexagon. So 6 times 62.4 will give me the total area. Times 6. 374.1 inches squared. A lot of this section is just kind of using your common sense and your other math toolbox things. Again, I'll make a video of these other problems I haven't done. And when I see you on Thursday, we're going to just spend all day reviewing till we test on Friday. Your homework for 5.5 and 5.6 is due on Thursday. I'm going to stop recording so you guys don't have to listen to me clean up. But that is the lesson for today.